Hello and welcome back, Realty Pros. We're here again this afternoon for a training, and we are honored to have with us today Ronnie Irving from BrightMLS, and she's going to be sharing with us today social media strategies. So thank you, Ronnie, for taking, I'm sorry, Jennifer.
Okay. Ronnie's cute too.
Yes, thank you for taking your time out to come out and share with us. We do have some of our Realty Pros who are in the office, and that's always great. And so we're going to go ahead and we are going to get started. You can go ahead and you can begin, Jennifer.
Okay, great. Everybody can hear me okay and see my screen. So my name is Jennifer Irving, and we're here to talk about social media strategies. I know everybody's obviously an agent in the room, so I do not need to be lecturing you on some basic facts. And that is, number one, 97% of all real estate transactions started online last year. And we've got 85% of people Googling us. So needless to say, it's a more important time than any to have that strong online presence. So we know this. Why aren't we doing it? Here's the top 5 reasons why, and you guys are welcome to chime in if you have any others, why I'm hearing from other agents on why we're not. Number one is always time. Everyone is fighting a clock, but especially you guys are in such a relationship building kind of business. You're showing homes, you're meeting new clients. There's only so many hours in a day. So with that, we might not stay consistent. And that can give a very negative message out there. Like, I'm no judging. I know days can turn into weeks, that can turn into months real fast. If you put out some content and before you know it, months have gone by, somebody goes to Google you and sees nothing's out there for months, they could think you're not in the business anymore. Either way, swiping left onto the next. Or let's get back to if I can't find you out there, even find you, how can I possibly use you? Because that's what people are doing these days. We're doing our research first before we pick up the phone. So with consistency, I know content is a struggle, what to put out there, what are our customers interested in? And then of course, the overall knowledge of all the different platforms. For one, I know it's like the minute I learn one, they introduce another, and I don't know, like TikTok, I didn't even know existed, this time, like a few years ago before the pandemic. Hi there, welcome. So it's hard to stay abreast of them all. So now my next slide is kind of what I say, the big dogs. You've seen all of these logos over time. Facebook, over 70% of Facebook users are logging in 6 to 10 times a day. And on average, they are staying there close to a half an hour. So do the math. That is a lot of opportunity to get in front of somebody. And typically, 80% of users will connect with about 2 to 3 businesses. You guys are a business. Once we like you, we really don't go out there and unlike you. So once you get that person following you, you've got them. And now it's our job to stay in front of them. And there are such crafty things you can be doing with Facebook advertising. Like for one, I had a carpet cleaner offer me, was it like 10% off? I think it was, this was years ago, 10% off to go like his Facebook business page. So then sure enough, I'm seeing before and after wine spills, doggy accidents, promos he's running, nothing overwhelming, but just enough to stay in front of me. It's called top of mind marketing. Staying in front of these customers on a consistent, ongoing basis. I've recommended him at least, I would say 5 times, maybe a half a dozen times. I don't have to pick up the phone, click, put him in touch with a friend. Off he goes, I'm sure, doing the same exact thing with each and every one of my friends. And that's the best advice I can give you. Go out there and friend and like and connect with people, because then you put out one piece of contact, you're hitting that many more people. At the end of the day, would that probably cost him $25 to get all those new referrals? And like I said, growing that sphere of influence. Twitter, YouTube, you can see these numbers here. These platforms have huge millennial followings, and those millennials made up 37% of real estate transactions last year. So we want to meet these clients where they are, and this is where you're going to find those millennials. So we definitely want to check these boxes. LinkedIn, this is a business network. It's like your online resume. Number one reason why I love it is because it has the highest SEO value for your name. Now, does anyone know what SEO stands for? Oh, this is great. You know how many times I go into, nobody knows what it means. So very impressive. And which, by the way, you guys are welcome to eat your pizza. Don't like wait for that to get cold.
Don't worry, Trevor.
Like, I know that one time I was in a meeting and we brought pizza and they thought, like, I felt like out of politeness, they did not until I said, and I was like, I didn't know what I had to tell you, so don't wait till it gets cold. Okay, so it's search engine optimization. What is this? It is Google Juice, and this is what you need to be found out in the internet. Back in the day, it was like, if you had a website, I could find you. Well, now you need this SEO. So how do I build it? It's you being on these multiple social media platforms, putting out fresh, changing content. These are machines that are scanning and indexing the internet. And this is what they're looking for, content connected to your name. And this is what's going to go create those Google pages. Do you know those Google pages that we all want? People pay lots of money for this. It is created for you. Google scans and indexes, and the more content you're putting out there, that's what makes your name raise to the top. It's also important to be on these multiple platforms because they're each serving a different demographic. Like I was saying before, millennials love their YouTube and their Twitter, but they're not so active, let's say, on Facebook. But Facebook is the dominant platform for people in the buying and selling stages of their lives. So we want to have our, claws in on each and every one of them, hitting so think of it like a recipe. So the perfect recipe for marketing and branding yourselves is 3 ingredients. Number 1 is a blog. The blog is like the starting point. This is the foundation. And we're going to share it. Yeah. Oh gosh, sorry. I just don't want to see my fat face, like like when I'm at home zooming, this thing is up here. I got lights, like, okay. Hi, everyone. Sorry, I did not know. Okay, so blogging is the starting point. This is the foundation. We're going to share it out to number 2, social media platforms, as many as possible. We say to be active and consistent, once a week is fair. If you can do more, great, but at least once a week, you're considered active and consistent. And then everything should be housed within number 3, our social media, our website. Website should be like holder of all information. We've got social media connected. We've got a blog embedded in there. It's all 3 of these ingredients working together. So we're going to talk about each one of them. So a blog, for those of us unfamiliar, is an online newsletter. It is fresh. It is changing content. It's out there in the internet. It is connected to your name. This is perfection. This is exactly what we're looking for. It's also great because it's designed to make you look like the expert in your field. So if I start blogging this afternoon about finance, all of a sudden I'm a finance expert. So for all of you, we're going to start blogging about real estate. And I always say, like, a great starting point is to think of the questions people are asking you on a regular basis. Like, it's just a starting point. Like, I know when I was one of those poor souls looking for a house during the pandemic. I'd walk into an open house, started at 1. At 1 o'clock, they already had 6 offers. I'm like, how did everybody know that this house is even on the market? Like everybody it was cuckoo crazy. I was asking all my friends because I had lots of flexibility. I could have waited a little longer. I was asking, did I miss it? Like, is this going to change? Is it, how far out are we looking? Those are the questions that people want answers to. So I always say, and now I know not everybody's looking to buy or sell. So maybe a do-it-yourself project, just like real estate related content. But when you have a listing, we must be blogging about that listing. And the big tip there is to make sure you're putting the full address in the subject line of that listing. Because let's think about that. You got to kind of think about how people do business these days. Like, if you put a for sale sign in front of my neighbor's house, I don't know your names, anybody's really names. I know a few, but what I do know is I know that address, and that's what people will do these days. We pick up our mobile devices and we're Googling that address. So assuming you're taking this listing, because remember, this is a blog, and we're going to share it out to all those platforms. Nosy neighbor goes to Google. There's going to be a lot of energy out there, your name connected to that address. And that's what I want. I want your name, your content to come to the top, because there's way too many smart marketers that are getting their faces on top of your listing. If we don't have listings, local information is always great. The agent I ended up working with, she lives right down the road. I was one of those stories where you're like, I still think about like, God, I used to pass my neighborhood for years and I knew nothing about it. I didn't know how adorable it was. And everybody's out walking their dogs and they got a neighborhood pool and stuff. But Molly lives right down the road. So she was able to say, Jennifer, this checks all your boxes. I never thought I'd ever live there. Never, all these years living in one particular place. So it's good to establish yourself as that local expert. If there's a farmer's market, a 5K coming to town. I know a lot of stuff is closed during the pandemic. Things are opening, new businesses, interview a new restaurant owner. And then of course, testimonials are never going anywhere. Now the platforms, blogs can be on a number of platforms, WordPress, blogger.com, Bright has a platform. That's great. Like I said, it checks that like it's fresh, it's changing content out there in the internet connected to my name. But when it's embedded in your website, it's like firecracker juice because these other platforms is a little out there by itself. So now when it's in your website, like embedded in there, it's like hitting a couple of birds with one stone. Number one, when somebody goes to read it, they're on your website, and that's important. We don't really think about these little things, but you want to make sure if I'm going through the effort to put content out there, I want to make sure I know where that customer ends up, and that should be on your website. So you get the lead capture. And then also when it's embedded in your website, if you're changing it at least on a weekly basis, you're changing the look of your website. Like many of us, we got a website, but that website looks the same today as it did yesterday, as it did 5 years ago. Well, Google thinks it's dead and it's buried way down low at the bottom of the search. It's going to take your customer a long time to get there. People are not going to page 8 to figure out who's going to be their agent. They're looking at what comes to the top. Those are the fresh, the dynamic websites. And so I got a favorite slide that's coming in a few down the line. Hopefully it all gels together where it features all 3 of those ingredients I was saying. So that was blogging in a nutshell. Let's talk about some of these social media platforms, the big guys. Now, does everybody have a Facebook business page? Good. Okay, because when you signed up for that personal page back moons ago and you read all that fine print, went to the bottom, hit I agree, moved on, you agreed that you were not going to post any business to your personal page. So now, if you continue to do it, I know there are people that do. I have friends that are agents that do. It takes one jealous agent to call you in. You can have your account suspended. They can shut it down, which I would think would be absolutely paralyzing. This is a mega platform. This is the one that's like the buying and selling stages of their lives. This has the largest audience. So the business page helps grow your business. Number one, I can get better analytical info from a business page. I can't get that from a personal page. Number two, I saw that there was like a chat. And so I get very curious as to somebody's asking me a question. Number two, like if I wanted to be friends with any one of you in this room, I would have to request. You would have to agree. Well, these are privacy settings and it keeps things tight. The internet can't get as much access to the info that we're sharing. Well, that's fine. We're bragging about our vacations and our kids' homecomings and look at how I'm all ready for Christmas and you're not, that type of stuff. But this is about my business and I'm going to be posting about my blogs and my listings and so on a business page, it's an open forum. There's no privacy settings. So the more open the forum, the higher the SEO. And remember, the SEO is what you need to be found. So we don't want those privacy settings. What you can do though, and this is like a little tip for you. I know many of us have many more like personal friends than we do business friends. So you have a one chance opportunity to get all those personal friends to like your business page. Now, I know not everybody goes and does it, but you can, as long as you're originating the business, you connect them. Originate the business in the business page, share over to the personal page. Then hopefully we start drawing traffic back to our business page and then people start following us and all that. So you can do that. And then finally, the advertising I was saying, it starts as little as $5. I've seen such crafty things done. I saw an agent one time, actually not too far from here. She dropped a pin mark. Party foul. She dropped a pin mark at a property that she sold. Can you still hear me? See, he's not paying attention. And this is why it's happening. You're messing around with your computer. She dropped a pin mark at a property that she sold. And she said something like, you know, if you want to know what your house would sell for, when this was like a couple of years ago, so it went way over asking price. And so she was like set parameters, like you can boost a post. So she did within like a 10-mile radius. She didn't know these people. She was not connected to them. But if they had a Facebook business page, which let's face it, every time Dick and Harry and Grandma is on Facebook now, they were able to see this post. And like she ended up getting a lot of phone calls. And like I said, the budget starts as low as $5. You can set parameters and mileage and how long you want it to run. So very crafty things you can do on Facebook. It's just about this top of mind marketing, again, staying in front of these customers on a consistent, ongoing basis, just like I was talking about my carpet cleaner. And then of course, driving traffic back to our page. So I'm going to show you what an optimized listing looks like. How do we do this? Okay, so notice here at the check mark, this is Peggy. Now, Peggy, she's got that full address in the subject line. We see that, right? Now I click on this, and number one, I'm going to get that full listing sheet, which coming from somebody who's hot off the market, that is the information your customers crave. We live in a fast, high-tech world. Our customers are very spoiled with information. We have so much available at our fingertips. So we want to make sure that we're providing that value, because nowadays people watch one episode of HGTV, they think they can buy and sell their own homes. So we want to make sure that we are providing that value. They get everything they need from us. Number two, when I click on this, when I get that listing sheet, you know where I'm going? Right back to justcallpeggy.com. That's her website. This is now, who's my point of contact? Maybe I like this house in the neighborhood I'm interested in, but I want an extra bedroom. Now I start searching the IDX. She can see that I'm there because she's got a CRM and she gets that lead capture. I mean, if you don't have a CRM, the back office where you can see what people are doing, forcing them to register, become part of your database, there's no point in all this. I mean, like if I'm going looking for 5 and 6 bedroom homes right here in the neighborhood you work in, and you can't see that, you might as well just hang it up and shut it down. Versus this X mark, like let's say, to me, it's just very flat. I know that's maybe not like the proper term to use for it, but it's not taking me anywhere. It's pictures. Yes, she's telling me, she's giving me the address, and yes, she's telling me to call her. But like I said earlier, it's just not how we do business these days. People do their research first. What am I doing? I'm probably going out to a third party with all the information she just gave me, that address and everything. And I'm going to go get that listing sheet that I'm craving. She had me and she lost me by not being smart about how she's posting. So we don't want to like make some silly errors like that. LinkedIn, this is a business network. I was saying earlier, it's like your online resume. Number one, if you are not on this, we are getting on it today. It has the highest SEO value for your name. So remember I said earlier, 85% of people are Googling us. When you're active on LinkedIn, meaning you've got a picture and you're posting to it regularly, your LinkedIn profile comes to page 1 of a Google search. So you need to be thinking, this is potentially my customer's first impression of me. So dial it up. This is a phenomenal place to brag about yourself. You've got any awards to share? Certainly this is where those blogs and those listings and any business updates should be. This is a really, really good platform. Great for connections and referrals. Definitely, like I said, go get yourself a glass of wine or a bottle, whatever you need tonight, and sit and friend and connect and like engage with people, because the best thing you can do for yourself is grow that sphere of influence. Okay, this is how people are doing business these days. Now, like I said, you put on one bit of contact, you're in front of that many more people. And like, think of like going into your next listing appointment, you say to your customer, I'm going to post your property on my LinkedIn activity feed. I'm connected with 200 agents in the region. That's what your customer wants to hear. I know that's what I would want to hear. And you never know too. Like I have a friend who was friendly with an agent down in Atlanta. Atlanta knew somebody relocating to the DC area for one of these projects. Atlanta got the referral. Cheryl got the sale. That sale was worth $1.4 million in Kensington, Maryland. Now I know success story. Cheryl will tell you too, but Cheryl will be the very first person to tell you it would not have happened if it wasn't for LinkedIn. So don't mean to be so cliche, but you got to be in it to win it. So posting all the same stuff. Don't overwhelm yourselves thinking like, oh, I got to do this for Facebook, that for LinkedIn, this for Twitter. It's a game. It's a game, this SEO game. And we just got to get check boxes here, like don't kill yourselves, because then that's when you poop out, like it's too overwhelming and then you won't do it. Twitter, 300, well, more than that. It has a huge millennial following though. And remember, those millennials made up 37% of real estate transactions last year. It too has this open forum. There's no privacy settings on Twitter. You can follow whoever you want. So the more open the forum, the higher the SEO. And then notice here, Tracy Fiorelli, she's got that full address in the subject line. We've talked about posting on Facebook. We've talked about posting on LinkedIn. Now here we are on Twitter. My name connected to this address. Nosy neighbor goes to Google. This is what's coming to the top, these mega platforms. And then of course I click on this, I get that listing sheet, and then I'm dialed right back to her website. Yes.
So Facebook has a business page. LinkedIn is a professional organization. How does that work?
Well, you can still, Twitter can be what you want. And the part of what I was going to start saying about Twitter, it's okay not to be so uber all business, like people do like to work with people they connect with and they have common interests with, so you can show your personality, your human side some. Listen, we all know those controversial subjects. If you're one to go there, I would separate that from your business, because you don't want to lose people, because like I have a personal friend that tanked a booming business because of political posts. After a while, people were like, I'm not purchasing from her anymore. Like, because she was just like off the rails. But, but if it's like a sports team or a hobby, like I have a friend who's an agent in DC. She posts about the Washington Nationals all the time. So back when the Nats won the World Series back years ago, she would tweet about the games and the players. And she was telling me how many new followers she got as a result of that, using those popular hashtags. She didn't know these people. She was not connected with them, but she was hashtagging the Washington Nationals, drawing traffic to her tweets. So there's like really kind of cool things you can be doing. But you can have fun with it, show your personality. End game goal, get it connected, embedded into your website, connected to your website where you're like in charge. You're connecting, controlling that journey. YouTube, does anybody know who owns YouTube? A lot of people say Facebook. I don't know if yes, it's Google. So how many times have I said the word Google during this presentation? So for sure, you having a YouTube channel is going to get some preferential treatment out there as a business. They're going to give priority to their own content first. So needless to say, great place for your virtual tours. It too has this high SEO because there's no privacy settings. You can get access to anything you want on YouTube. So, and these videos, notice again, full address, subject line. Don't kill yourselves on them. Number one, they should be all of a couple of minutes long, because nobody has an attention span these days. Like the drop off after just about 2 to 3 minutes is profound. Like you've got people for a couple of minutes. And whether you have paid somebody to do this video, or you have put a montage of photos together, or just filmed with your mobile device, it doesn't matter, because these are machines that are scanning and indexing the internet. They don't know a good photo from a bad photo, just like they don't know a good video from a bad video. What they do know is that there is content out there, your name connected to that address, and that's what we want. Plus you got that extra Google oomph with it being on a YouTube channel. If we don't have listings, personal interviews are always great. I was saying earlier, you interview a new restaurant owner. If they get business because of content that you put out, who do you think they want to recommend next time around? Or maybe they might want that video for their website, and now you're in front of all their followers. Same with these testimonials. I was in an office the other day and somebody was saying that they're too embarrassed to ask for testimonial. What? Like you just sold somebody maybe their dream house. This is like your opportunity. They love you. Now is the time. Like 15 seconds. It's amazing what you can say in 15 seconds. Just get their permission. You can get permission slips right off the internet. Tag party A, party B, and clicks of a button. You could be in front of hundreds, probably thousands of people, especially with these millennials. They're following everybody. I mean, I got a 15-year-old that's got over 1,000 followers on his Instagram account. I'm like, I don't know 1,000 people in my entire life, but this kid he's just growing up in a different era, like he goes up and down traveling for different sports, goes to a tournament, comes home with a couple of hundred new followers. But like not Jack's only 15, but so he's not really your customer. But these like 25 and 30-year-olds, they're doing the same thing. Tag each of these parties, boom, in front of instant referral. And it costs you absolutely nothing. So it's not always working harder, it's just working smarter and using these tools that are free to you. And save those marketing dollars for something else. Once we have this video, bing, share it out to the multiple platforms. You got that extra Google energy. So we talked about blogging, we talked about social media. Let's talk a little bit about our website. This is the front door to your business, holder of all information. This is where your blog should be, all your social media should be. I know many, brokers will provide websites, but it's also good to have your own. Gone are that you can link them. Gone are the days of, do you have a website? It's more like how many websites do you have? Site responsive is really just the latest technology because people are logging into websites from our laptops, from our desktops, more and more from our mobile devices. Being site responsive means it's the latest technology and that website's going to respond to whatever device it's being opened from. Like, have you ever been to a website where you got to pinch and open? That means it's not the latest technology. People walk away from sites like that. So we want to make sure our customers feel like kind of safe. We can go there, we can search the IDX. We don't have to worry that our information is getting sold somewhere like some of these, those Zillows and all that. Shoot, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that out loud, but you know what I mean. On the back end, you have a CRM where you can see that this customer is there forcing, be communicating with your customer. You can do email drip campaigns, print flyers, all kinds of reporting. What else do I want to say about our website? Oh, being a static versus dynamic. These interactive tools for sure. The IDX search bar should be front and center. To me, a real estate website without that search bar is like a face without a nose. So we got to make sure that thing is right there, front and center, real-time information connected to the MLS. If you don't have this, I can get it for you. Plus other interactive tools like commute calculators have gotten very popular now ever since the pandemic. Doing home value estimates, all those kinds of having listing alerts. And then the static versus dynamic site, we touched on this a little bit earlier. The static site is one that looks the same today as the day you launched it and it's way down low. The dynamic site is my next favorite slide. And that's the one that's fresh and changing. It's got all these pieces and parts, everything's connected. These are the ones that come to the top. So at the very top here, we've got, not that they're in any particular order, they're all very important. So website, holder of all information, we've got the blog embedded into the website. And at least on a weekly basis, we're sharing that blog out to Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. And we've got a YouTube video, and all of this traffic, anything I'm posting is to drive my customers where? Back to me, back to my website, where then I get the lead capture. I've seen way too many times agents are wasting a lot of valuable time, like not controlling that customer journey. Like I met this agent in DC, real estate was her middle name. She was all thumbs when it came to social media. So she hired a company to manage it for her. So I'm on Kathy's Facebook business page and I see that everything that they are posting is coming from a third party. So what that looks like is like, here I am on her platform. I click on this article this company has posted. Let's say it's from Better Homes and Gardens. Click on it to read it. And I'm immediately taken to that Better Homes and Gardens website. So what am I telling my customer there? They're the experts, not me. I'm raising their SEO, not mine. And worst of all, she was spending over $300 a month for business to be taken away from her. So we want to make sure that we are not doing this. And like I said, Better Homes is doing just fine without you. This is about marketing and branding you. We want to make sure I'm going through the effort to put out content. I know where that customer ends up, and that's right back on your website where then you get the lead capture. It's called linking and backlinking. This is what creates a dynamic site. This is like the whole little journey, all three of these components working together. Now, if anybody needs help with this, because I know it is a lot of information, I hope that I give you like this energy to go out there and start writing your own blogs and posting and getting everything connected. But if you need any help with this, Bright has solutions that will do all this for you. So we have social spheres. Anyone using this? Yay. You are? You,
Are you saying that social sphere will bring it back to you?
yes. Yeah. Are you using it? Do you want it?
I have been, recently I'm getting all these things that come back.
Oh, I wonder. Well, we can look it up though. So social sphere, which will fulfill each of those three legs. So we will create your very own real estate website. It'll have all the bells and whistles I talked about, all these like interactive tools. You can have multiple pages. If you have another career and you want to feature that on your website, we can add extra pages. It's got commute calculators, listing alerts, certainly the IDX search bar is front and center. So now, and then it comes with the CRM and its own mobile app. So that's another very great thing too, because, you know, we know you're not really sitting in offices 8 to 10 hours a day. You're out there, you're on the move. So when somebody goes to your website and they start poking around, it comes right to your mobile device. You can be communicating with them in real time, plus sharing. Oh gosh, we get. I feel like this time of year, one bad news thing after another. It's so awful. Sorry, I don't need to get distracted. My daughter just texted me something. Yes, gosh, all right, let me get this together. Sorry. Where was I was saying about the CRM? The IDX search bar, I was talking about the mobile app. The mobile app gives you the ability then to be communicating in real time with your customers, and you can share that app then with your customers. And, you know, I mean, how cool is that? I'm sure if I pulled any one of your devices, they're covered with apps. So that's leg number one. Number two, we will create all of your social media platforms: Facebook business, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Pinterest. We will create whatever you don't have, because I know some of you already have some of these platforms, and we are not shutting that down. This is a numbers game. And if you already have a couple hundred followers, we want to take your business from where it is today to the next level. So we will create whatever you don't have and then link to whatever you do have established. We'll clean it up, get it all real estate related, and then we'll start posting to it. So then that's the third part. So every week you can decide which day. So you might want Tuesdays, you might want Sundays, whatever, Wednesdays. You decide which day we will put out that real estate related blog for you. Now, mind you, nobody in this room, nobody in this region gets the same blog at the same time. There are algorithms set up to prevent that from happening. So you don't have to worry about that, because we understand the SEO game. So if everybody got the same blog this afternoon about like trimming a tree, it would just even the score out there. It would do nothing for you. Everybody has to get something individual. So in addition to that weekly blog, now we are also going to give you, you can choose up to 10 zip codes. And you guys that already have this, if you're not using this, these enhancements come with this product along the way. So if you don't have this, I can get it for you. Yeah.
Real quick, I just want to make sure I'm on the same page, because I'm saying social sphere and mine is saying social pro.
Same kind of thing. So what they are like two products that we marry together. So there's Social Pro and there's Sphere Pro. So they're two different, and we're in a few slides to kind of probably better understand. Sphere Pro is just the website. Social is the social media and the blogging. Then we marry them. Social Sphere. So we'll, like I said, we'll create, then we start with the posting. So you can choose up to 10 zip codes, and we will blog about the market stats for each of those zip codes. And everything I'm talking about blogging about is embedded into your website, but then it's getting shared out to all your platforms. So, you know, depending on how many you choose, we'll space it out over a 30-day period. keeping that momentum, keeping you in front of people. Then finally, when you have a listing, the minute that listing goes live, we blog about it when it's coming soon, new to market. We create the virtual tour for that listing. We, any changes you make to the MLS, if you've got a price adjustment or an open house, and then when that property sells, are all additional blogs that go out on your behalf. You don't have to call us. It's, we know it's all connected to your Bright account. So when you're too busy with your real estate transactions, you don't have to be thinking like, oh, shoot, I did not, properly market my open house that's happening in a couple of days. It's happening automatically. And everything, like I said, that we are posting, like she was asking, is going to drive that traffic back to your website. So when we post that weekly blog or those market stats or anything about your listings, drives the traffic right back to your website. So the whole vision is like, put the net out. That's why I say to you guys, go get some, like as many friends and connections as you can. We'll put out the content, put it out there. Then we draw all the traffic back to you. And then everything on the website is all branded and marketed. I'll show you what that looks like in a second. It's all branded to you. Then what if I don't have any listings? I can, you have access to this library of blogs. So let's say Tuesday's your regular blog day, and on Thursday you want another post, but I don't have time to come up with content. But I've been getting calls about smart homes. You can just search the library, punch in smart homes, a bunch of blogs pop up. You pick the one you like. Anything that hits your blog page will automatically share out to the platforms. So even if you've written it yourself, you say, hey, I want to post this, I hit blog post, it boom, it hits all the platforms. It's here, but it's all going out to your social media as well. All right, so this is Darlene. I just want to show you, this picture of a house is called a banner page. When I tell you it can be virtually anything, we've got tons and tons of stock photos, but you can also import your own photo here. If you have something, whatever that's branded to you and you want to use, you can do that as well. IDX search bar, of course, front and center. This is like just completely, can say whatever you want here. If you have another business or another website that you want to feature here, you can put that here in this bio info. And then these are listings in the area that she works in, Robbinsville, Trenton. I think those are the big ones that she works in. These are not necessarily Darlene's listings, but if I click on this one right here, Darlene, you would pop up as my point of contact. This is not Darlene's listing. You see here is an EXP Realty listing. So everything is branded to you. It kind of gives it like, looks like you've got all these listings going on. Now they're not saying Bright's not going to do anything, get you in any kind of legal trouble. They're not saying you're the listing agent. They're simply saying if you have a question, point in this direction. So it kind of like makes it look a little more buxom when you don't have any listings of your own. Now customer pumps in their information here, like I'm registered on our site. So now request, this comes right to your mobile device. And she had like a little tickler, like I like to use her website. She's a real living live person because she has a lot of listings. So when I go to the blog, you can see like the auto listings, but she's a team. So that is why she has so many listings. But she had a pop-up. So when I went to her website and you can set this clock if you want within 5 seconds, 10 seconds. If somebody's poking around your website, you can have a pop-up like they can't proceed unless they register. Or they can, if you didn't have that, but I would say, hey, get them to register. Now they're part of your database. You set them up for like, listing alerts and email drip campaigns. Okay, so today's December 8th, right? Okay, so this just came new to market today. So the same day that it came new to market, the video tour comes out. So again, it's here, but it's also being shared out. Here was her blog from yesterday because she has Wednesdays. So every Wednesday, Tiny Home Designs. Here's a video tour, same thing, the 7th. This came new to market. Video tour comes out the same day. So I'm just going to look at this blog page. So it's kind of short, easy reading, real estate related content, but they're all like, you never have to worry that anything's not, grammatically correct or controversial in any way. They're just kind of like Better Homes and Gardens-esque. If for some reason I didn't like this, I could remove it. I can edit it. I can put a referral down at the bottom of it, it is yours to do what you want. But the real beauty is it looks like you've written it, wrote it, and posted it, when no, every week it just comes out on your behalf. So is anybody a team? Working with the team? So like she is a team. And then we can just add a tab. The big trick there is there's a team leader. All the listings are going through Darlene. It's not imperative, but if you want to turn a blind eye and all the listings are posting automatically, you're only posting about the listings for one Bright ID. And so, but some of those listings might be Mark's or Megan's. So that's how, and then you can just add a page. I've seen team pictures on the cover banner page, like here. I've seen team pictures here. So we're going to look at her Facebook. She had a Facebook page, but we cleaned it up. It was ugly. So we cleaned it up, got it like real estate related. But I should mention, you guys have full access to these platforms, that we don't like take them and now you can't get access. You can add additional content, but if you're too busy, when you're too busy, you know, or you just like, here's that that house that just went live yesterday. That other one must have literally just gone live, because I'm surprised it's not here yet. But that'll get posted today, but you can add additional content as well. Now, the real beauty though, see, like these are flat to me. Like I said, they don't take me anywhere. But if I click on this, one, I get the full listing sheet. So check that box, got that value. Now customer gets that full listing sheet they crave. But look where we are. We were on this Facebook business page, and now we're right on her website, which is exactly where you want everybody to end up now. Who's my point of contact? So we're in Upper Marlboro. So now customer starts poking around. Let's go for the gold here. And now again, everything is branded to you. So this, how much is it? Again, my toolbars covering it. Everything's branded to you. Now, again, this is a Hogan company's residential. This is your name and number pops up for any and all active listings in the MLS, whether from Jersey, PA, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, DC, your name, your number's popping up here. Now we know Darlene's nowhere around here. I'm certain she's not licensed in Maryland, but she could have a whole other referral business, like her website is working for her and she's not even having to lift a finger. So that, I love that feature. Let's see the LinkedIn page. Remember I said LinkedIn has the highest SEO value for your name, but you got to be active on it. So we'll take care of posting for you. So here it is. Where is that? So it's already here on her LinkedIn page. That how, uh-oh. So we've got, we'll take care of posting to it. She never posts to her LinkedIn page. So we manage this one completely for her. And then her Twitter account, the same thing. She just started posting to her Twitter accounts. But she used to not, which I loved when she wasn't, because then I was able to be like, you know, it is an important platform, attracts those millennials. So you want to make sure you have a presence here. So here's that house. I don't know why I didn't go to the Facebook page yet, but they'll probably figure that out by the end of the day. YouTube, check out all these YouTube videos. So we'll take care of this. Happens automatically. Like I said, like this is just in the last year. Oops, Jennifer. Like all these videos automatically popping out. I have one down here that I like, but I think I passed it. We can just. Yes. Obviously, you can see it's set to music. Isn't it beautiful? Now, these are only for your listings. We will automatically do these videos for you. So as you can see, it's a montage of photos from the MLS. We piece it together, we set it to music. We've got all the necessary information about that listing here. Where is it? Show more. So everything you need to know about that listing is right here. Everything has your contact information, plus we take care of all the licensing for that music, because you're not allowed to set music to a video you don't have rights to. So I didn't know that either, but let's go look at my website. Just because I want to show you a little bit CRM, and it just takes a few, but that same house that we were looking at before. Now we're on my website. Oh, damn, I couldn't see that before because the bar was there. Now it's branded to me, put out the content, draw them back, everything's branded to you. I'm not even an agent. This is just smoke and mirrors. But I just want to show you these listing carousels. So here's what's new to market in the DC area, friends. So this $24 million house, we click on it, it's branded to me. Now, I'm not really rolling around in $20 million crowds. So if I didn't want to scare my customers, make them think like they're not, can't really work with, you can set parameters here. You can say, I don't want a single house over 2.5. I can say I don't want anything less than 8 to 2.5, scrolling here, but I have Bethesda, Potomac, Washington. I tightened it up a little bit for my open houses. And again, on the point of contact, I can do home value estimates. So down here, you would have the same exact thing, this agent CRM, a login. And now this is the nuts and bolts of your business. This is when I can set all kinds of tasks and appointments. I can do all kinds of calendar info, contacts. I can import. I can print flyers here and everything. I love, like, we train you on all this. And of course, if you need help, we're there to help you. But it's like pretty like user friendly. Like, oh, we got all these folders and each of them are filled with a whole bunch of templates. You just choose a template, next step, select the listing. Pictures pop up. I pick the pictures I like. I can take it, share it to my social media, or print it up on nice paper, bring it to my open house. Here's the email drip campaigns. And they are, constantly enhancing and adding to this. And I should mention, like, this isn't being built by somebody in the basement at headquarters, right? Headquarters, it's being built by Constellation One, which is a mega software company that is buying up all like real estate companies and like that do things for your website. So it's always got the latest and greatest in, real estate websites, because they're buying these companies and then they're incorporating it in. So you'll always have all the upgrades and whatnot. School reports, neighborhood reports. You can also change the look of your website. Obviously, we are going to create the website for you, but we want to teach you too. Like, I've met agents that are also appraisers. I can add a page about that business. Again, select a template. You just, we have images you can use, or you can easily import your own. Maybe I have a stager. We piggyback business off of each other. I want to give them a spot on my website. You can do that. Or if you have another business, here's the different like templates that you can use. Like, I can just click and change the look of my website. But notice here, like, it's showing you on a computer, it's going to look like this, but on the, mobile device, it'll respond a little differently, but your customer won't be doing that pinching and opening. Here's, what are your colors? It looks like red. Is it red, or is that just for? So watch this. Like, let's just pretend I have to relocate. So we'll go back to my website. All I have to do is come on, Wi-Fi, don't fail me now. Refresh my page. I can change up my colors in clicks of a button, import whatever logo, anything I want here. So it's nice and flexible, customized. Like, I like to change my picture, like usually seasonally. You can see I'm a little behind the 8 ball because I've got like this, this one right now. But if I just sold some $1 million property and I wanted to feature that on my website, just save it to your desktop. Like, here's my old family room. I can put it, and there it is there. I can have you can import whatever you want. So it's nice. All right, I am jumping back to the presentation. Oh God, I got scared for a second. I was like, did I shut it down? All right. So when you go into your next listing appointment, agents like to take their cameras out at this point. You're going to be able to say to that customer, I'm going to feature your property on my website. I'm going to blog about it on my real estate blog. I'm going to promote it to my Facebook business page, post it to my LinkedIn activity feed, tweet about it on Twitter, and oh yeah, I'm going to create a video. I'm going to post it to my YouTube channel, and then I'm going to take it and share it to all my social media. All of this gets done for you. All you're doing is putting that listing into the MLS like you are today. We're grabbing hold of it. We are blasting it out there in the internet. But at the same time, we are marketing and branding you. Like I said, we put out the content, we get that customer, everything we're posting is going to like grab hold of them, bring them back to your website, where then you're branded to everything. You're the only point of contact and you get that lead capture. Like I said, you have full access to all this. If you want to add an additional video onto your YouTube channel or another post, you most certainly can. But when you're too busy to do it, you don't have to worry that this engine is pumping along, building your SEO, creating those pages that we said. And I should have showed you, like if I go out to the internet and Google Darlene, like everybody wants this, right? This gets created for her. So, and this is because you saw she's not really posting that much on her own. This is primarily because of what we are posting for her. So the product is offered two ways. So he was mentioning before, and I don't know if you just have one leg of it, but Sphere Pro is just the website by itself. And I have some discounts for you. So Sphere Pro is just the website by itself. Some of you out here might be really great about your own social media and blogging. And, you know, you just need a state-of-the-art website that has everything's branded to me, and I can add all these extra pages. It comes with the IDX feed. I just, you can't get one. Are you interested in the oh, no, that's very good. So website comes with the IDX, the CRM, you can do those email drip campaigns, print those flyers. It's mobile friendly, you know, it comes with its own mobile app. That fee is usually $199, but you can cross that out and put $149. And the monthly comes down from nearly $80 down to $71.95. So that's if you are interested in just the website by itself. Now, the more popular of the two programs is the bundle. This is everything this is that picture that I was showing you with all the arrows and everything I've pretty much been going over. Now, you're not only just getting what I said in the website, now we're adding the social media and the blogging. So now we will create your Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest. We will create whatever you don't have and link to whatever you do have. And then it will we'll start the posting, the weekly blog you get on whatever day of the week you choose. And mind you, nobody gets the same one on the same day of the same week. Everybody gets something individual. So then in addition to that weekly blog, you can choose up to 10 zip codes. We will blog about the market stats for each of those zip codes. Trickle it out over a 30-day period. And then the blogs about each and every one of your listings, every step of the way. Coming soon, new to market, YouTube video created. You got a price adjustment or an open house when that property sells, or all additional blogs that come out on your behalf. So you have access to that library. If you have that access to the library blogs, if you want to post additional content. Just punch in a subject, bunch of blogs pop up. So that's typically $398, but you guys can cross that off and put $199. So it's a one-time setup, and mind you, all of this is billed right through your Bright account. There's no credit card, and if anybody needs help, you're the best. Thank you. If anybody needs help with their ID number, I can look it up for you. So $199 one-time setup, and then the monthly comes down 20% to $127.90. So some terms, if you guys were to sign up, today's Thursday, you could possibly be hearing from us by tomorrow, but just to be safe, I don't like to definitely by Monday, you will get an email from us. It'll say, welcome aboard. They will have a draft of a website on this email because they know that you work for Porterhouse here in Upper Marlboro, and they'll be able to, set up like listings and stuff like that. You'll be surprised how much they can put together about you. We pull your picture from what we have on file. So now on that email is a link where you're going to have your onboarding call. So if you click on it, it brings you to a calendar. At that time, you figure out a time that works for you, where you have at least a half an hour to work with us. This is where we customize the website. We figure out the social media platforms, what day you want your blogs to come out, what market stats you want. We already know about any listings that you've had previous and anything you have now, so we can get that all up and going on there. So now you have 30 days to see it in action. If you are not doing backflips over this in the first 30 days, you may email us, support@BrightMLS. We give you back this first month fee, that $127.90 goes right back into your Bright account. The setup is non-refundable. They shut down the website. They don't do the blogging anymore, but you do walk away with all your social media creation and any content that's on there that we've posted up until that point for the setup fee. You go on your merry way. Now, after 30 days exhaust, for those of us in it to win it, there is a 12-month agreement. So this time next year, you come out of contract. Now it just goes month to month. There's no shady, nothing like sneaky, like auto renewal or anything like that. Like 5 years from now, you're still just month to month. Now, we're sitting at a 94% renewal rate. So we know agents are happy with it. When they come out of contract, they stay on board, because you're not going to want to go here and then go back to the way you were last year. So we know, and the good news is, not only does it go month to month, then the monthly fee when you come out of contract doesn't jump up to whatever it's going to be next year, because it's going to lock in at this $127.90. So even and we know technology only gets grander. Like, I don't know what, like a lot of times I do like to ask if people have it, because they will continue to enhance the product, because we're going to have to. I'm sure, like, TikTok's probably around the corner. They might start blogging more frequently. Whatever perks come along the way to enhance this product and make it better, you'll get all of that without paying a penny more. It's like rent control. Like, it's nice for budgeting and planning, because 5 years from now with this product, you could have a half a dozen new platforms, but you're still just paying $127.90. And you are welcome to put lifetime right at the bottom of that. Of course, right? Murphy's Law. So you can put lifetime right at the bottom of that, showing that it locks in. Now, the product is not going anywhere. If you are not ready to do this today, it's available on our website. Always, the discounts are with me. So I walk out of here like I've taken an accurate count of like who's in the room. I say they brought, like, because this is a large audience for what we're seeing still, are we post-pandemic? I don't even know, but whatever. So the perk is because I'm here, you're signing up with me, and it locks you in on all this. So I'm happy to go over anything or answer any additional questions. I know we have a number of people on the line, so I got to figure out how to incorporate you guys. I could, I guess, like, email a copy. I wonder if can I attach a copy of something to this? No. Yeah. Yeah. But I would need to know if anybody was going to sign up. That's why sometimes, like, I guess Victoria didn't say we don't usually do this, because we want to offer just to people in the room. But, here we are. So it's okay. Is anybody on the line interested? Because it might be a no, if nobody's interested, it doesn't matter. But I'm trying to think of like how I can get that to them. You obviously have access to all their emails. So I can email a copy to you and then you can send it to them.
So a question for you though. So these prices are the same for a team as for an individual?
Yeah, so now they are working on a team version of this. We have it for the office. I can talk to you about that. That's kind of like a different bird. It's a little bit more. They are working on a team version of this. For right now, there are ways to like manipulate the system. Like I said, there's got to be a team leader. I shouldn't say there has to be, but if you want the thing to tick along without you having to do anything, I mean, your blogs are going to come out every week, no matter what. Those market stats are gonna come out, but they're only blogging about the listings for one agent. So whoever's got the most, I would say, you can add whatever you want, like you saw, you can add Mickey Mouse to your website if you want, but you'll just have to manually add listings if it's not going through the one person who signed up. Does that make sense? Am I saying it right? Like you saw that lady, she's a team, but you know, it looks like her husband and her daughter are part of her team. So she's the leader, all the listings go through her. And, you know, we're pumping out all the blogs about them. So when we do it on the office level, now, of course, that's a much different pricing. And that's a lot more per month because they're managing the whole office. So everybody in this room would get blogs about their listings. They manage the data, the office. They have like an agent's page and they manage like the comings and goings, and you know, they automatically know who you've added, who's maybe moved on. So we take care of all that. And we do, you know, create social media for the office.
So now, so the Sphere Pro, what is included?
Sphere Pro is just the website by itself. So that's good for the person, because some of us out there might be, I see some young faces in the room. Some of us out there might be really good about posting to social media and doing our own blogs. And you just want like a state-of-the-art website. So it's just the website. And then Social Pro is brings it. They used to do, maybe when they signed up, I don't know what he's on, but like they used to do Sphere Pro, Social Pro only, and then the bundle. Now they recognize that doing the social side by itself doesn't do as much for your SEO because it's out there by itself and it's not embedded in that website. So it's, you want to draw the traffic back to your website. So you need the website to embed everything in there. Hopefully that makes sense. If there's anybody on the line that wants an order form, just let me know. We have like 7 people. But yeah, I'll just email it to you guys. So some popular questions are, you know, usually everybody's like, give me an ROI on this. I can tell you 100%, if you're not doing this on your own, it can only help you. It can only bring you good. If you got 1 off of this in a year, it would pay for itself. You know, people pay thousands of dollars to have websites built for them. And like, so being that it's just such a volume thing that they can, and our partnership, Constellation's partnership with Bright. Yeah.
So I remember we did this last year, right? And now, can you go in and find our account and then we just start fresh with this?
Yeah, like what you say, you were on this before and now you
Yeah,
want,
we did this last year. Of course, I can't remember exactly when, so I feel like the year is up. I'm not sure.
I did mine on 12/9.
Oh, so we're at that year then.
Yeah. I did
Okay.
the social Sphere bundle.
you signed up for it?
Yeah.
And you did too? Oh, okay. Somebody came out here? Somebody couldn't come out. What did you do? Virtual?
Yeah, we did it virtual.
You know, I have like early amnesia, like, so around my kids' dementia, my kids make fun of me, like, I never remember where I am, or like, was it a guy? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, because you said Steve, but Steve probably, would he have trained you on this? Damn, Steve, I'm gonna go like,
It may have been a different trainer that you said to us.
yeah.
It may have been a different person.
Mhm. So I can look
It
up,
was virtual.
okay,
I do know that.
yeah, well, we'd have to be, because we only got back on the road.
And it wasn't that price. It was the 390 with this price.
Ooh, all right. Okay.
So if you have done this before, let's say a while back, and then you decide you want to do it again, will they just reactivate, you know, take a monthly fee? Since you already
They,
did
you know, I have no idea when you had it, when you did, and part of like, the setup fee is the onboarding process, and they will have to recreate and get everything recreated, so can't waive that setup.
That's exactly what I was
Yeah.
gonna ask.
Yeah,
So if I cancel and then I decide in 6 months I want this again, because 6 months of trying to do it on my own is too overwhelming, and I decide I want to go back, they can't just start back up in 6 months where we left off if all my information is the same.
no, because they shut it all down. They'll shut down the website. They won't do the blogging anymore. I mean, you'll walk away with your social media, yeah, we can reconnect all that social media easily, but the whole like creating of the website again and
And that's what I was gonna ask. So, I mean, I get that we have to pay the setup, so they can't just go in and find the website.
no,
Okay.
it'll be a different, but I mean, we can make it look however you want it, if you were so happy with the way it was before, or, yeah, we could pull whatever pictures. I mean, just know that sometimes when I've heard that, they've like, no, it's gone, it's shut down, like, so. That's like sometimes,
Well, if it's existing now.
yeah, we have to look up, like, I'm
okay,
gonna
so that's
look
what I'm
up,
saying, 'cause we could just start from there if it's still active, correct?
if you're still active, there's no reason for you to fill out this paperwork and stuff, like,
Right,
maybe
it's
we just
cheaper.
get you, oh, well, that, yeah, sure. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, well, that we can figure out,
Okay.
yeah,
'Cause I think
so I'll have to look up. You can send
Yeah,
nonverbal
it's less than-
feedback.
Exactly. I do have another question, and I think this was probably something that, and correct me if I'm saying this incorrectly.
No problem.
If, because there was a time that, let's just say if something happens, it's sometimes to deactivate or something, and then you gotta call them again. Is that still, or did they fix that?
Well, what happens is sometimes there's like things out of our, these social media platforms have to have certain securities and stuff, so we don't get hacked and whatever. So I have heard, it is kind of a common complaint. I know that they're working on things like that, but sometimes you just have to kind of like confirm that you're you, so you just gotta punch in your password again.
I'm sure it's probably a few of mine that deactivated because of that. So-
What, because of the, yeah, so I'm sending the form to you, I'm sending it, well, should I send it to you too? Whoever sent me the second email, I just sent you the form, and I'm gonna send it to you too. Yes. Yeah, so we'll just look up and see who has what. Yeah.
Sorry, definitely.
Yeah, I'll give you my info. It's really easy. It's on the cover of the form. It's Jennifer.Irving@BrightMLS.com. I can give you my card too. So when we did it virtually, it was steep.
No, we have been a different, training,
Okay.
but a whole group of us, time.
Oh, I gotta have fun.
We're here in the office.
No.
Yeah, it was definitely.
No, I've had it before. I was just wondering if, if I wanted it back, but given the new price, I still have to set up.
You get the new price, yeah, the one time set up, one ninety nine. Are you using the form? How much does paper cost?
Oh.
You're not writing them.
That's really no.
Jennifer Doc Irving.
My question is, expired is 9.
Well, it didn't expire, it's not going anywhere unless you cancel. So you're still, you're in charge.
Well, I want to be a part because you said something, I think you just said happened where it dropped off. Yeah, they're going to the internet. When I get
Still
the.
get charged for it, it's just that it's not connected to the website.
Right. It's kind of like.
Realty Pros, we're going to go ahead and end Porterhouse Realty Talks for today. Jennifer has done an amazing job. We're all here in the office. If you guys are interested in taking her up on this social sphere bundle, then Anita has the information for our discount codes for Porterhouse, and you can get that information directly. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing you guys this evening for our hot chocolate social. All right, they're going to be great hors d'oeuvres, music, fun, your Porterhouse family. So we look forward to seeing you soon. Make sure you bring your gift if you want to participate in the White Elephant gift exchange. All right, have a great rest of the day.